Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Entitled People. In today's episode, entitled coworker tried to hijack our wedding. Best friend's entitled daughter. By nothing group member wants everything and delivered. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Entitled coworker tried to hijack our wedding. Part 1: The wedding we wanted and had. My lady wife is the anti-Karen, the anti-bridezilla. On our first date, she found out a stack of restaurant coupons and said, "Where do you want to take me?" We picked Pizza Hut. Her engagement ring is a heart-shaped amethyst with 2 little diamond chips. I bought it at Kmart. She cherishes it. Her wedding dress did not come from a bridal shop. It came from the Sears catalog. It's a very simple WHTE lace straight T-length dress with a cream underdress. Would not be out of place at an afternoon tea. I bought my 3-piece navy pinstripe suit since I needed a suit anyway. We wore the same clothes, with different accessories, to a costume party as a 1920s gangster and his mall. We had the wedding at our church. Our pastor was the real deal. He blessed the rings, and when he handed them back they were ice cold. We exchanged the old wedding vows, think King James Bible style. My lady wife nixed the obey though. A couple of my buddies found out at the last minute that they could make it, and showed up. After we said our vows, they pulled out swords and made an impromptu arch for us to walk under. My wife's friends were upset and started yelling. Nobody told us to bring our swords. Yeah, major sci-fi/fantasy/D&D/medieval geeks on both sides of the aisle. The reception was in the community room at the volunteer fire department I belonged to. Not fancy, but so informal and chill and practically free. A local supermarket, with an awesome hot food bar, catered. Everybody had so much fun. My boss's boss, a good friend, gorgeous blonde, showed up in her little black dress and appropriately flirted with my buddies. I don't think anybody will forget the Pillowmint fight that broke out. A few of my wife's older relatives seemed sort of confused at the antics at first, but ended up having a blast. My father-in-law had set a rough budget for the wedding in his head. My lady wife came in way under that, so he gave us the difference in cash at the reception. He was already paying for the honeymoon as his wedding present to us. Honeymoon was within a day's drive, and was a huge deal for what we got. My lady wife remembers the complete total spent by us and FAL as $2,000 USD in 1992, which included the honeymoon. So under $4,500 US today. 32 years together, 31 years married this October. Next anniversary, I'm going to take a page from my granddad and raise a toast to 5 years of wedded bliss. Part 2: Attempted hijacking. When my lady wife announced our engagement, one of her co-workers, not even a friend, apparently got wedding rabies. She was so happy, and went over the top offering to help. My lady wife was doing the tiny amount of wedding planning that was needed, see above, as her MOH lived in New Jersey, we're in upstate New York, and had 2 kids to look after. Coworker insisted that it wasn't fair to my wife that the MOH wasn't doing the wedding planning. She kept trying to insert herself as the wedding planner. Nice of her to offer. But she wanted to arrange our wedding the way SHE wanted it. Whiskey, Tango, Foxtrot? No, we did not want frou-frou centerpiece thingies or any of that nonsense. Coworker, not knowing my wife well, of course had zero clue what our tastes are. My wife's MOH was already making custom silk flowers for us and the tables as a wedding present. I think coworker was delusional enough to think she could weasel her way into being MOH. My wife kept politely but firmly shutting her down. Last straw was when coworker called me to tell me about the surprise bridal shower she was throwing for my wife, so I could get her there. Oh hell no. First, my wife was already going to have a bridal shower. At our house. Phil and I went down to the fire hall and watched baseball. Second, my wife hates surprise parties. Third, my wife would never have picked that restaurant. An overpriced steakhouse is the absolute last restaurant we would ever pick. Fourth, who the heck was coworker planning on inviting? She didn't know any of my wife's friends. Wife shut that down hard. She immediately called coworker and told her off. No meltdown, no yelling, no screaming, no bad language or insults, just pure anger, as hot and bright as a welder's torch. Cue tears from coworker. Boo hoo hoo, I was just trying to help. Nope. Denied. We joke that you need to keep my lady wife away from breakable objects when she's angry, cities, mountain ranges, that kind of fragile stuff. Drama over, and the wedding happened. I like your wife and her values. It took a little while, but my husband learned what my values are. He once ordered my favorite, at the time, perfume online as a gift. The best part was when he told me that he saved $8 by not getting it in the box. That made me so happy for two reasons. The box is a waste, and he gets me. It really is the little things, isn't it? I've been married nearly 24 years now, and my hubby and I joke that we now share a hive mind and can communicate solely in looks. I love when he'll respond to a question one of the kids asks me with exactly what I'm thinking without me saying a word. Cracks our kids up. He gets me. Lady wife is an old British expression, used somewhat ironically today. Like calling your wife the Duchess or the Queen, preferably with a posh English accent. It's funny, cute, and an expression of poke you in the ribs love. Now, to the OP. I loved every single bit of this story, every last word. Well done, and your lady wife is a keeper. You sound like you were made for each other. Lady wife is beautiful. Congrats on your longevity together. You sound like a well-matched couple, and I wish you 32 more years of awesomeness. Best friend's entitled daughter. I have a problem. I have a best friend for over 50 years. She has a single child, a daughter. The daughter is extremely entitled, and I can't stand being around her manipulative behavior. And most of all, don't like how she treats her mother. My friend. Now the daughter is getting married. I don't want to go because I don't want to spend my time at an event that is straining their budget, that's another story, and any money on her, this awful, manipulative girl. I told my friend I didn't want to go, and why? She said that hurt her, and I said I hate watching her daughter treat her so poorly every single day. The husband sides with the daughter all the time. So no help there. I seriously just want to plan to be out of town, but she wants me to come. I'm totally not interested. What would you do? Others wanted to know the extent of the manipulation by the daughter. What, that she's a manipulative? Getting daddy to give her the most expensive venue that I know they cannot afford, and they're in their 60s and retirement age looming. She lives at her parents', is being a perpetual student, just quit her job and lives off her parents'. Changes the AC level so it runs all day as she wears polar fleece and uses comforters. Jailbreaks the thermostat to achieve this even after being told not to. Has a car she doesn't pay for, lives rent-free because the dad wants to be her friend and not a parent. Enough? This is just the tip of the iceberg. A 50-year friendship would be hard to throw away. I understand your reluctance, but it seems your friend could use your support. I'd go, enjoy my time with my friend, and only interact with the daughter if required. Agreed, it's actually super easy to avoid the bride on her wedding day. They're usually so busy they don't get the opportunity to spend more than a few minutes with each guest if they manage to get around to everyone in the first place. Agreed, go and be there for your friend, not her daughter. Sounds like she could use someone having her back. You need to go, not to support the daughter, but to support your friend. And have some cake. I've been there. I don't care much for my best friend's daughters, but I flew out of state to attend both their weddings. I barely had a chance to interact with any of them during the wedding. It was mostly a time to give the mob a shoulder to lean on. SH can go celebrating the fact that this guy is taking entitled daughter off her friend's hands. She's his problem now. You are in a tough spot. A mother, most of the time, will take way too much crap from their children because of stupid social expectations. This daughter is the mother's whole world. If you want to keep your friendship, go, smile and just look the other way when the daughter is being an asshot. I wouldn't give much of a gift to this child. Maybe a book about how to treat people. By Nothing group member wants everything and delivered. So might not be a huge entitlement, but this lady is driving me nuts. I've been doing a huge purge of toys and clothing and offering it up for free on my local By Nothing FB group. For those not familiar, it's a group for people who live close by and you offer free stuff. They come pick it up at your house / on your porch. They don't have many rules besides don't claim everything and have prompt pickup. So this one lady keeps asking for a lot of stuff. When people comment, she says she will PM them, then says she needs it delivered. In what world is someone going to give you something for free then take their time and money to deliver it? Sorry, no. It's literally daily posts of looking for things and then bumping them saying she is still looking. Tell her not to contact you ever again or block her completely. A woman was doing that in our local By Nothing group, and after being warned repeatedly to stop, they kicked her out. During the pandemic, I voluntarily drove around and delivered everything. It was non-contact, but I wore a mask anyway. The difference is, I volunteered. We had one member who was undergoing chemo. We all made an exception for her due to the circumstances and delivered her items. Those were the only exceptions I know of. In normal circumstances, this is not done. Have you reported her to the group mods? If not, please do it now. By Nothing has specific rules, as you know. I don't know about your group, but our mods are sticklers about behavior. Your mods probably won't kick her out right away, but they will give her a warning. In the meantime, don't gift her anything else. You have that right. I'm also a member of a By Nothing FB group. Usually if they are transparent about needing a drop-off, it's not a big deal. However, it's up to the gifter if they want to drop off, otherwise I just move on to the next person, or tell the person asking to be considered to arrange for pickup within say 24 hours or you are moving on. Communication is key in these groups. Unfortunately, there are a lot of no-shows and lack of communication too. Since this seems to be a frequent thing she does, and she's not being transparent as the rules state, I'd report her to the group admin, not FB, and let them handle things, or even make a post asking for admin to message you, and inform them of that situation smiling face. If she always wants everything, I'd be concerned that she is reselling the items as well. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.